across the 25 to the 27. Hang on, we got an injured player down there. Oh, boy, that's Odell Beckham Jr., OBJ, who's hurting. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Thomas brings it in. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They go play action with Jackson. To the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 21. And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play.
The previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now it's Jackson. And that is caught downfield by Thomas. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they top 30.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Henry again. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
They go option right on second and goal. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And that will be caught. But out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
A 21-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Oh, nice move. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. And Detroit getting set to go now.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
St. Brown in motion right. Gibbs straight ahead.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Early down steps to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
2nd and 10.
Here's Goff. This will be caught by his big wide receiver. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
Goff going to keep it himself.
And he is going to have the Lions first down, at least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
He's got this to Williams, complete.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Williams, the man in motion left. Goff now to throw. And he's got it. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
Jahmyr Gibbs
Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Lions have taken the lead. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Now the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And just shutting him off there. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Play action. It's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Now the try here for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Oh, wide open, complete. Big strides, look at him go. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 71 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And that is how you retaliate after getting scored on one play, big pass downfield, and you hit the end zone.
Almost feels like 2 boxers just throwing haymakers at each other, doesn't it? One connects with a big one, the other comes right back. Okay, I'll show you. And they attacked right back on the first play of the drive and hit them big.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Second down and 6 now. They'll go again with Gibbs.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
To throw is gone.
Throw outside, caught by Laporta. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for the Lions. First down. A gain of 9.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 49 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
He's got right on the short throw.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Second down and 4.
Goff now looks to throw.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Detroit.
Here's Goff.
Over the middle, he's got to Sloth.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
They'll run with Gibbs.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
At the 5-yard line.
And And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun. Goff. This is caught.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. Here's Goff.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Here we go on 4th. Goff. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jared Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing is Jackson. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. That's caught inside the 20. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Brian Thomas
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead is down to 4. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Lions offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Goff. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And the Lions quickly now going to use seconds to go in the first half of play.
2nd and 2 at the 48-yard line.
Second and a couple. Goff throwing again. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football. So instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's just going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now it's Goff. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks. We have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here on the 5th floor studios. A little abridged version of the halftime report here, as both defensive coordinators might be having speaks with their players. That begs the question, can any defense get a stop in the second half? To find out, let's go back out to the stadium and join our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory.
been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
The second half starts with a run by Gibbs.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down on the play by Trenton Simpson.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Off play action. Here's Goff. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it.
And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
16 yards. And the Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Shifts past him at the 45. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
65 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 49-yard line.
Hand off now to Gibbs.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 37. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Drive Lions. First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime in trying to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
That's to the tight end, Laporta.
A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Now a 2nd and 2. to the ground. Here's Gibbs.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's good for a Lions first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Here's 2nd and 3.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
How about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal.
The tight end in motion right. Now gone.
Finds Gibbs on the check down.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Goff. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
On 4th down, on is Jake Bates for the Lions field goal.
From the left hash, a chip shot here.
Bates' kick is good.
And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps a deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Oh, good move. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson.
And he'll get this underneath to Henry.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield, goes underneath. Nice gain.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Henry out of the pistol. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Again, it's Henry.
And good work there in open space. He's got this all the way down now to the 32. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Jackson now. A short throw caught by Andrews. So 5. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now will be 3rd down.
It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there?
He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
10 at the 12-yard line.
For straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
From down